Today on Us Weekly's reality recap, Jen Shah's sentence is in. Lisa Rinna exits Housewives after 8 seasons, plus Lisa Vanderpump seemingly reacts and throws some serious shade. And Khloe Kardashian reacts to fans' comments on her viral photos. And former reality star Hailey Madison opens up about her time with Hugh Hefner.
Oh my God. I mean, it took years after I left for me to get back my self-confidence, and it came in like starts and stops too.
We got that plus so much more on today's Us Weekly reality recap. Hey guys, Rinna RHOBH here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy DeCamp, and welcome to reality recap. And wow, we've got some breaking news.
Breaking news. I know we usually cover the Housewives news on our other show, Getting Real with the Housewives, but we have to talk about the big stories that came out last night and today, starting with Jen Shah's verdict.
Yes. Before we get into it, let's see what you guys had to say about last week's show. Robin Dickman says Ciara calls out everyone. She is rude. Ooh, fighting words for Ciara.
Yeah. A few of you voted on which shows you want to see us recap. Leslie Kramer said Siesta Key, which I had not thought about, so we'll cover that. And Jackie Biscoff said Below Deck, which we hear from a lot of you, so I think we will start to talk about Below Deck more. It's just mid-season right now, so we're going to figure that out for you, but we'll get some Below Deck news for you next week.
Definitely. All right, let's get into the news. So like we said, Jen Shah, she has been sentenced to 6.5 years in prison following her arrest for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. She was arrested back in March of 2021. We've been talking about this for a while, alongside her assistant, Stuart Smith. She initially pleaded not guilty, was accused of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. And while filming, of course, Salt Lake City, as we've been watching and recapping, she has maintained her innocence and that she was wrongly accused by authorities. But during a June 2022 court hearing, she changed her plea to guilty, saying that she knew that many people were harmed and she was so sorry. She admitted to the judge that she knew that she was wrong. What she was doing was wrong and illegal. She previously faced up to 30 years in prison, but the U.S. Attorney's Office dropped the second charge of conspiracy to commit money laundering. 6.5 years. Are you surprised? Did you think it was going to be more?
No, I guess the other day on our show, 4 years, I was lowballing it. I don't know why. For some reason, I felt like they were going to go lower than what other people were predicting. I think you predicted 10 years. Or
yeah, 11. I thought 10.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I don't know. I know she committed crimes and it's horrible and there's so many people who are devastated from what she did, but something about her being a mom got to me, and I felt like maybe that's why she got a lower sentence. You know, she has not young kids, but they're still growing up.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, I mean, 6.5 years is definitely a long time. Could have been a lot worse. So I'm sure she's probably breathing some sort of a sigh of relief right now. But, you know, there was a lot of people affected by this. And, you know, it could have been for 30 years. So she really had to plead guilty in this case. And so we'll see what happens. It seems like her time on Bravo is definitely done. But I'm sure she'll be writing a book once she's released from prison.
Totally. She's got a lot of time in there. She might as well read it.
Seriously.
Well, in other breaking Housewives news, and this was devastating to me, Lisa Rinna is officially leaving The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after 8 seasons on the show. So in a statement to us, she said, "This is the longest job I've ever held in my 35-year career, and I'm grateful to everyone at Bravo and all those involved in the series. It has been a fun 8-year run, and I'm excited for what's to come." Her rep also added, given that Lisa's contract was up at the end of last season, and after taking the time to weigh her current options and business obligations, Lisa and Bravo have discussed and mutually decided that she will not be returning to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Of course, this comes after she dealt with issues on screen and off screen during season 12. She originally joined the show in 2014 and continued to appear after that as a cast member. She's previously called out trolls for making negative comments about her and her co-stars' kids, saying on Instagram at the time, "We are doing a reality show. We try to entertain you. Why can't you treat it like wrestling, for God's sakes? Love us, love to hate us, but leave the kids alone. What you've said and done to my own kids is disgusting. They didn't sign up for this. What are you doing? The kids of all kids should be off limits. So stop it now. Enough is enough." So that was obviously one kind of dramatic moment for her that maybe led to this. Another one was when her late mother, Lois, she thought that she should have gotten more screen time and honored more on the TV series. So she said, "I got one episode of Grace. Lois died at 93, and she said that Lois deserved and deserves much more. Shame on everyone. I don't know. I'm sad because I feel like she's leaving on a negative note. I feel like the fans really came after her this season. You guys, our viewers didn't love her this season. And I just feel like that wasn't who she was totally. And I wish she had one more chance to kind of be herself.
I agree. I mean, a lot of people, I saw polls on other people's websites as well, and a lot of people were happy to see her leave. But what's a show without Lisa Rinna? I mean, she brings the drama, and a lot of the storylines throughout the entire season kind of thread through her. I mean, I really don't want to see Erika Jayne talking about her legal troubles again. Dorit, what is she bringing to the table, really? Crystal, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
Like, Sutton. I mean, I love them all. I think they're all great, but she was kind of the dramatic glue that kept everybody together. You got to bring back, I think I would love to know what everybody thinks who they should bring back. I mean, Brandi Glanville, Kim Richards. I mean, let's talk about Lisa Vanderpump because she appeared to shade this news by tweeting 2 words, ding dong. And of course, referencing the Wizard of Oz, the witch is dead. They had to have numerous back and forths throughout the years. And of course, who could forget Puppygate and things like that. So it's initially started during season 9 of the reality series when she found herself in the middle of a divide when Vanderpump's dog's Stafford, John Blizzard, totally forgot about Puppygate.
Also, what happened to that spinoff show?
Right. That's so true. Like, what happened to that? Yeah. So Dorit's former adopted puppy ended up at a kill shelter. Lisa Rinna, of course, got involved. She always meddled in other people's business. She really did. And then in March of 2019, multiple sources told Us Weekly that a spinoff, like we said, was in the works, and that upset some of her former Beverly Hills co-stars. So who knows? This could maybe open up the door for Lisa Vanderpump to come back, which I know a lot of people would be excited about.
Yeah, and then I wonder if Kathy Hilton will be back now that Lisa Rinna is out.
Now is it like, did Kathy Hilton win? So
yeah, I mean, some people are saying like, did Kathy Hilton get her fired? I mean, Kathy Hilton certainly does seem to have a lot of say over there at Bravo.
Right. Do we think that this is a mutual decision, or was this a Bravo decision?
I don't. I mean, I know that they said it's mutual, so I'll believe it, but I think that this was Bravo's decision.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
All right. Well, in non-Housewives news, we have to cover something else since this is our reality recap and we're covering all reality shows. Khloe Kardashian was in the news this week. She's very proud of her weight loss journey, and she should be. She looks amazing. She fervently defended how she got there this week when fans had a lot to say about some of her photos from her Sorbet magazine cover shoot, which she had shared on Tuesday. She bared her abs, which looked ripped. I mean, it was crazy. She noted in her caption that she surprisingly liked her clip-in bangs from the photos, but she was quickly met with backlash over her skinny appearance. One user or one commenter said, the fact that she uses diabetic medicine to get this skinny is disturbing. So obviously just speculation there from a fan. Pretty rude, I think. So anyway, the Kardashian star responded saying, let's not discredit my years of working out. I get up 5 days a week at 6 a.m. to train. Please stop with your assumptions. I guess New Year still means mean people. So previously, her personal trainer, Gunnar Peterson, had told us it's not about the workout itself, it's about the intensity. They, meaning Kim and Khloe, both go for it and they give everything to their workouts. That's why the family is successful. People don't realize that they're super hard workers. And if you put that work ethic toward anything, and you're going to have success. Look, I think she looks amazing. I don't have anything negative to say about this. I can say other things about the Kardashians, about other things, but like, who cares if she has ripped abs? Good for her.
Good for her. I mean, she does. She looks great. Obviously, she works hard. Obviously, they have a Kardashian bank account, so it's not all just working out and diet. Let's be honest, it's not. Like, they have been nipped and tucked here and there, and and they have been open about that as well. But she looks good, and she's putting in the work. And she said that she's lost like over 50 pounds over the past few years. So, I mean, she's come a long way. And for people to just bash her, like, just leave her alone.
Get a life.
Anything better to do, really. All right. Well, let's get into our exclusive interview this week. And one of the true original reality stars, Holly Madison, we caught up with her. The former Playboy model opened up about her time in Hugh Hefner's mansion and the aftermath of Girls Next Door. Take a look. How do you feel about Hef now?
I mean, my feelings aren't particularly positive, but when I left the relationship, I just kind of like my feelings turned off because I just had an awakening and a realization that he wasn't the person I had built up in my mind. Like I built up this really positive image of him. And when I couldn't fool myself anymore and real life was just showing me otherwise, I just kind of turned that off. And he was almost like a statue in my mind, or if that makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, I'm sure. And how long did it take for you to get back your self-confidence and feel like yourself again?
Oh my God. I mean, it took years after I left for me to get back my self-confidence. And it came in like starts and stops too. Like when I left, I was just in survival mode, like trying to build a career for myself instantly. And I was really successful with that for a while. And I was just really like living through my work and my friends and going out and having fun. But as time goes on, eventually you have to address like your past trauma. So then that kind of took me down a notch for a while, but now I'm kind of getting back again. So it's not like a linear ascension, unfortunately, but.
Right. Do you regret it? I mean, obviously, certain things have come your way from it, but obviously, like you said, you still suffer a lot of trauma from it, have nightmares from it, but do you have happy memories from the show? Do you regret the whole experience?
I mean, I can't really say I regret the whole experience because it was something that I wanted to do. And I think all the bad things I went through were just things I had to learn in this lifetime. So even though I would not want to go back and do them again, I think it's all part of my life journey. And I did, get a lot of positive things out of it and a lot of positive female friendships. And I had good times hanging out with the girls. So I do have those things to take away. So I can't really say I regret it, although I wouldn't want to do it again, if that makes sense.
Totally. You said you have a lot of positive female friendships that came of it, but you also said that the women were pitted against each other. Did you feel like that was because of Hef? Was that because of producers? Was it a little bit of a mix of both? And looking back, is that something that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened? And I know that you said you were gaslit throughout the relationship as well. So kind of a mix of all of that. It's got to be pretty, traumatic.
Yeah, it was definitely a mix of that. For so many years when I was living at the mansion, I always had this image of Hef being this amazing person. So any problems I blamed on the other women. I was like, oh, well, they're just off. If they were gone, everything would be perfect. But of course it wasn't. And that wasn't the case. And over the years and right before I left, I just realized how much he was pitting us against each other, which was really hurtful to me because I'd always approached the relationship as like trying to do the best I could. So knowing that he was like doing those kind of maneuverings behind my back was really hurtful. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely him. And even after I left the mansion, I continued to do a spinoff at E! And according to the contract I'd signed previously, I had to work with the same producers as who did Girls Next Door. And that producer would like pit us against each other. And it led to like Kendra and I not getting along. So it's a lot of manipulation.
Yeah, she does not look back at that with fond memories.
Wow. Good interview. I'm happy Holly Madison is finally talking. I feel like this is huge. We've been waiting for years for some of these girls to chat about Hugh Hefner, and she finally is, and kind of what we thought.
Definitely kind of what we thought. Definitely a dark period. All right, well, let's get into our social spotlight of the week where we discuss which cast member caught our attention on social media. Mine was just Ashley Darby's homepage because something was missing, and she has deleted the photos of her and Luke from Winter House, Summer House. It seems like the two of them may have split up. Demois posted, of course, the gossip website said that they were getting serious, but she found out that he was texting other girls. So, I mean, we have not confirmed that as well, but seems like this little showmance was short-lived.
Yeah, sad. But I mean, the long distance, I don't think that was going to work out.
I don't think so either.
But to delete the photos, that makes me think something happened.
Something happened, yeah. Because they were getting pretty serious quickly, and then all of a sudden, we're gone.
Yep. Weird. All right. So mine goes to Justin Anderson. He is Kristen Cavallari's best friend. If you don't know him, you should follow him on Instagram. He's hilarious. He lives in Nashville. He's a huge Housewives fan. And he had a hot take on Lisa Rinna leaving, which I wholeheartly agree with his take. So take a listen.
I'll talk about the Lisa Rinna stuff tomorrow. I'm going to go on Teddy's podcast tomorrow to talk about it. But once again, it's like, Bravo, just making terrible decisions. I mean, I get it. People don't like Lisa, but imagine last season without Lisa Rinna. I mean, and then New York without Ramona. Again, people don't like Ramona, but good TV, like snooze fest. Like just shut off the network then, Bravo.
So yeah, he basically says, what are they going to do? Sit around and twiddle their thumbs and stare at each other? What's the show without Lisa Rinna? Which is kind of what you said earlier too. I don't know. I don't know if this is final. I don't believe it.
I think maybe Bravo's favorite word, pause. I feel like maybe she'll take like a season or two off, maybe come back, because when they realize that, she does bring a lot of the drama and a lot of the heat, like, I don't know. I guess it really depends on who they bring back and who they cast. I mean, they have to bring back an OG. What's that? Yeah,
maybe they'll do a huge shakeup, like New York, where they do full new housewives. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Denise could come back now. I feel like Brandy. I feel like Lisa. It does open up the doors for a lot of OGs to come back, though.
Yeah, ones who maybe left because of Rinna. True.
Right. Seriously. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let us know which OG housewife you would like to see come back in the comments below. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking about this one for a while. But yeah, so we're going to be recapping all the reality TV show news each and every week, and be along with us on the journey. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below, and visit usmagazine.com.